Great. So last thing is, what are the 6 tips from you, Rhea,
Okay.
for
So these
managing
are,
the cold and cough?
हाँ, so एक तो आपको कोल्ड नहीं चाहिए, और अगर हो गया तो भी क्या करना है. Okay. So first thing is sleep. Okay, very important. Whenever you are having cold and cough, okay, eucalyptus oil, put it on your sinuses. Okay, go to sleep. The more you sleep, the faster you recover. अगर आपका जुकाम 4 दिन चलने वाला है, it will finish off in 2 days. Okay, there are some people who take a lot of steam inhalation. Okay, so my tip number 2 is, instead of steam inhalation, I would advise you to take hot fermentation. That is the sake, the potli ka sake. Because in steam inhalation, the only issue is your mucus from your sinuses drains out onto your throat. And if it is on the throat, it drains into your lungs. Okay, and then it gets removed out of your system. So in this process, you will really be, you will go through a lot of physical distress. So
Here
it
I
is
have
better.
something to say. After you're
Yeah.
done with this, you can
Yes.
put some rice in your socks and just heat that and put it, if you don't want to use that traditional potli with all, or you put your ajwain or whatever in your socks, and उतना सा छोटा is also enough, you feel that कैसे बंद होगा वो सब, तो socks में डाल के करो. और especially वो गर्म socks जो होते हैं हम ठंडी में पहनते हैं, उसमें डाल के करो, और अच्छे से वो heat पकड़ेगा and आपको और अच्छे से heat आएगा. So you can put it in your socks
Wow.
as well.
I never heard of this honestly, but I don't mind trying it, because anything that is natural, I don't mind going for it.
Yeah.
Mhm. So yeah, so this is the first is your sleep. Second is your hot fermentation. So instead of steam inhalation, I would strongly recommend for hot fermentation. Okay. Third thing is, if you can fast on fruits and vegetables for a day when you are having cold and cough, trust me, your body will recover more faster. Try this, and just try this out. Okay. And the fourth tip is that people ignore lot of water intake during, क्योंकि पानी पीने का मन नहीं करता. Initially you drink, जब आपको जुकाम पकड़ रहा है, you drink a lot of water. But जब जुकाम आ चुका है, you don't need to have water, because you're not in the right state. All right. So my advice is, have hot water throughout. एक glass में, जिसमें गर्म पानी रहता है, have water throughout the day, because your body does need water, no matter whatever atmosphere you are into. Okay, and that time you need more water. So if you could do that, आप उसमें जीरा है या अजवाइन का concoction बना के उसका पानी भी पी सकते हो, which is also good. But it is very much important to have this water.
And the sixth
Okay.
tip?
The sixth tip is, do some breathing exercises. If you could do the breathing exercises, it will be amazing, because your sinuses will start opening. Okay, there are these acupressure points or breathing exercises which you can actually do. Okay, and do not ignore the food that you're having during it. Okay, because food is something, if you're having mucus generating or producing foods, again you're contributing to the issue. Okay, you're aggravating the issue. Just it's a controversy. Aloo khana chahiye ki nahi? Banana khana chahiye ki nahi? Honestly, when you are having fever during the common cold, okay, and you're on medication, then have banana. But you're treating it, then it contributes to your mucus. So same, there are so many controversial foods which needs an expert's advice. So don't decide on yourself. Acha khana chahiye, nahi khana chahiye. The lime, the kiwi, your citrus fruits. Don't avoid that, no matter what the situation is, because it gives you it gives you potassium rather. Okay, so that it is a food for your muscles. So that will really help. So these are my
Great.
six advices, okay, which one needs to really take care, because these six advices are ignored. Ignored totally when it is common. क्योंकि वो तो it's a way of life.
Yes. So on the pressure points that you mentioned, Rhea, I have something to share over here. Is these points over here, just right under your cheekbone, okay? When you press it over here, when you're having a congestion, it really helps to release. It will pain like super bad, but the more pain you accept, okay, the more pain you can tolerate, the more your nose will start loosening up. So if you cannot
Draining up.
breathe, guys, this is the point that you should press right under your cheekbone where it pains, okay. And if you press this point over here, you can press it with your fingers or you can press it with two thumbs like this. But if you're going
Exactly.
to do that, it's going to release a lot of cold and the headache that you have because of the cold. You can keep repeating this point again and again until you feel fine. So that is what you can do, guys. Okay.
Also,
And
one more thing. Yeah, please complete.
yeah, yeah,
Also,
yeah.
one more tip that I need to add is that when the phlegm is coming out, from your throat or like your mouth, you're spitting out, or maybe through your nose, you're having a running nose in the middle of your common cold. Don't give up, okay? Because there are many people who are so yes, the cold बढ़ गया. अरे, it's coming out. It needs a vent out. It does not always come out in your excreta. No, it comes out through some medium. And if it is in your sinuses, it will come out from your nose or mouth. Okay, so you need to identify that and then treat accordingly. Okay,
Yes,
so I
yes,
think you can tell us about your recipe, what one can use for cold, for treating
yes.
cold, and if not to get cold. Okay, so I've already
Yeah,
given
like
on
this
immunity.
is a very interesting kara that my mother invented this recipe from somewhere, I don't know. So we use lemongrass, we use tulsi, mint leaves, and we use jeera ka powder. So jeera and वो अपना वरियारी होता है, right? Fennel seeds,
Soft, huh?
सौंफ,
In
उसका
soft,
पाउडर
yeah.
बना के we put 1 spoon of powder in 1 glass of water. We use two lemongrass stalks, 5 to 7 mint leaves, 5 to 7 tulsi leaves. If you don't have tulsi, it's okay. We use ½ inch of grated ginger into this, and little bit of good if you want. If you don't like it sweet, it's okay, you can skip the good. Just let this thing boil, okay, with this teaspoon of the masala that I just said of fennel seeds and the jeera powder ka mixture. Just put it into this concoction, let it boil till it comes to a half. So 1 glass of water should reduce to half. And that mixture of green tea or detox tea or whatever you call is super good for y'all to maintain with the cold that you have. And if you have more cold or whatever, you can just grate little more of ginger into this. So ginger acts as a the heat element, and all the other elements acts as a protection. So if you all are feeling that बहुत गर्मी हो रहा है body में because of that, you can skip the ginger also if you feel that it's very hot for your
But
body.
you know what? Ginger is, you will feel heaty, but when it enters your stomach, it is anti-inflammatory. So it doesn't
Yes.
really produce a lot of heat otherwise. So
But
one can
yeah,
have that.
this myth was really common, काढ़ा वाड़ा पी के पेट में acidity and all बहुत हो गया लोगों को. So that's why I was just like, if you think that you're acidic or whatever, you can totally avoid the ginger. It's okay. Because na, people have gone crazy in COVID and started having their own काढ़ाs, and then they went to doctors and doctors started blaming that ये सब आपके काढ़े के वजह से हो रहा है and all of that.
No, no. So ginger is a complete anti-inflammatory. In fact, for anti-inflammatory diseases, we do recommend ginger. In fact, to control your appetite, okay, ginger works wonders at times. It depends again on your genetic composition, honestly. But yes, ginger works wonders. So that it's a small size, but it has wonder. It can really play wonders in your body.
Great. Okay, I also have a curious question, Rhea. Does
Yes.
alcohol in any way help in curing cold or cough? We had a question from someone from our
Yeah,
uh,
I read
attendee.
cold
Yeah,
noon. Right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So does
So
yeah.
yeah, so if you know, I don't know if you really know this, but there were these especially the Western countries, okay, use brandy and water. So that's doctor's brandy. बहुत जुकाम होता है uncontrollable. Instead of having antibiotics, they always believe warm water में एक shot ले लो. Okay, and I also do believe this. Okay, so warm water and rum and warm water and doctor's
Dr.
brand
Brandy.
actually helps, but you can't keep on continuously having it, correct?
Right,
Because
right.
it's addiction. Every time, I mean, cold kapoor, you'll be happy because you'll be able to have doctor's brandy. That should not be the case.
Okay, this is a very funny incident that I remembered, but okay. My grandfather at our house had cold and cough, and we gave him doctor's brandy. And then we saw the magic, and then we realized we need to reduce the dosage. So, as you said,
Dozy?
yeah, we need to reduce the dosage. So, we are very careful about the dosage.
Yes. So at times, instead of having those heavy antibiotics, and they are like really high doses, it's better to, have a dose or two of your alcohol. Definitely. I mean, this is live. I cannot actually do this.
Great. I guess this was a very nice session, Rhea. So, thank you
Thank
for
you.
sharing your information and knowledge on this and educating us and helping us
Thank you
directly
so much.
to direction like